Hey everybody, it's Christinablackfeather here, and just been out working, so that hand isn't as much a mess as that hand is. Things Amberlynn doesn't do. Just thought I would walk through, see what's been going on. My catalpa tree that I planted, it was just a stick, has its first blooms ever. And this thing's getting really, really big. I'm so thrilled. I was out here yesterday and there were no blooms on it, so they just appeared. And of course the neighbor's catalpa tree that it came from is full of blossoms. But look at these flowers, guys. They are so pretty. As this thing gets taller, I'm not going to see these flowers up close, so we got to see them. The insides are just beautiful. I'm happy. And of course I have to prune this rose bush some more. It's kind of going a little insane, but I'm gonna wait till the flowering's done and to see if my little cuttings are going to root or not. Still questionable at this point, but I've been just letting this thing get as much of a foothold as I can. Minnesota winters are pretty harsh, so trying to get it to, be nice and strong. And oh yeah, it's gotten there. So there's hostas hiding under here. This fountain, there's a little fairy on this bird bath, and that came from a patient's house that they moved out, or it's a angel. They had moved out and let me take the fountain because even though it was the bird bath, even though it's all broke down, I just really loved it. And there's a secret frog. Slowly adding little secret things to my garden here. All the hostas came from my mother-in-law. This rose, this one's never been as strong. And so I'm going to have to prune this back a little bit and try to shape it and weed it, which is probably a task later this week. I just spent an hour and a half weeding, so got to weed some more hosta there. There's some flowers from Germany, edible flowers growing in there. So yeah, I've just been really busy when I'm not at work. Some of my salad greens went to seed a few years ago now, and I've been eating off of them, but they're starting to get bitter, the pale ones. This is the lamb's quarter. This is also called pigweed and wild spinach, wild amaranth. Cook it up like spinach. A little stronger flavor. Here's my fennel. I have to weed this out a little bit more. Curly leafed basil. That's all I got in this thing. This is supposed to have a connection for the hose, and then it had its own drip system. 1 year in Minnesota, broke. So there's kale. I didn't get too much kale this year because I have dandelions here. I've got lots of greens that I eat. And there's some dill growing. I also discovered I have dill in another pot. This is Lovage. I forgot what my friend Adel said that this is called in Germany, but it's kind of got a real strong celery flavor to it. And she broke it apart to give me some, and I didn't think it was going to make it, but I have new shoots coming off of it. It can be used in stews and everything else, so I'm just letting that go. I have more lamb's quarter growing here. I have to finish weeding this out, and as I harvest this, I'm going to pull it out because I don't want to propagate it right here because this is going to be more for squash and stuff like that in the future. I have English cucumbers there. I've got 4 different varieties of tomatoes here. That is Solomon's seal. That's a Native American edible plant. I have to be careful though because the roots If you're on diabetes medication, that can seriously drop your blood sugar some more. So it's a natural blood sugar lower thing, you know, without insulin. I've got strawberries. Just this is an alpine strawberry, and we started out with one plant. And this thing is just insane. I don't fertilize, I don't spray, I don't do anything like that. This is as organic as it's gonna get. And I had to condense this down because this took over that bed too. I mean, this was just huge. And strawberries are so sweet. All I do in the fall, cover this with some hay and some leaves, and I don't even take it off in the spring. They just grow right through it, and it's building up the bed, and they just keep going. We've had them in for now, I think, 5 years, and I have a lot of strawberries. I don't know if I'll have time to pick them tonight. It smells like manure here right now because I just put in some fresh dirt. I hand dug this up with a rake and with shovel and blended it all in, and then planted. I got organic potatoes from Walmart. I let them get the eyes develop into stalks, and I cut them up and put them in here. And it's a little late in the year, so I don't know if they'll work. I wasn't exactly thinking at the time, you know, that was the way to go. I kept looking for seed potatoes and had absolutely no luck. But then I'm like, duh. So it's late in the year. We'll see if I get potatoes this year. If not, well, I'll try again next year. The two round things there, that was Harley Quinn and Snowball. That was the two guinea pigs. I think what happened is last year we had trouble with our air conditioning. It would not shut off. It got so cold. We keep turning the temperature off. We'd try to shut it off, and you know, then it'd be like 90 degrees outside, so you'd have to turn it back on and it'd get ice cold again. And I think the temperature just fluctuations. Plus the girls were kind of old anyway, but you know, it's the last guinea pigs I've had. I don't know if I'll have more. I gave all my guinea pig stuff to my daughter. This I have to weed tomorrow or the next day. We're going to Pride on Sunday instead of Saturday. My kids can't come with, so it's just going to be my husband and I. And we haven't been there together for years, so I don't know how much I'm getting dressed up like I had planned originally, but still, either way, we're going to go walk around and tire ourselves out. We're taking the bus because it's free. And yeah, we're going to go have fun anyway. And I think the parade is on Sunday too. So asparagus, 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 and asparagus. And once I weed this out, just trying to give them room to grow. I'm not going to harvest for 2 years. They can't be harvested the first year at all. And just let them take hold. This, I don't know what's happening. Tried to get cuttings from the lilac bush, from our purple variegated flowered one, and the leaves are still soft. They're still like regular leaves even though they're wilted, so I'm hoping it's taking root. I used rooting powder. We'll see. Same thing with these roses here. These are off of the peach colored rose. I'm trying to propagate a couple cuttings. If I have any luck, then I'll be letting them grow enough to make a couple more rose bushes for along the fence. Then there's catnip in here and some more flowers from Germany. I'm seeing what, I have no idea because it was a bag of mixed flowers. I have no clue what's growing in here. I'm just gonna let it grow. New blueberry plant. Established blueberry plants. I'm going to have to put a wire frame, bell frame over top of these next year because something ate all of the blueberries off the plants. Raspberries are still flowering. I have 3 types of raspberries here. I have to keep pruning these back. This is all going to get filled in with larger rocks right here to kind of maintain the growth and, you know, contain it and give me a little bit less to mow. Tomorrow I also have to prune back the grape a little bit. This is our neighbor's grapevine. It's about 30 years old. Produces wild, somewhat tart grapes, real small, but they're good. I like just chawing on them. Raspberries. We have lots of raspberries coming. This one's the red bush. I have red, purple, and gold. And I've been getting bumblers like crazy. I just saw one. So this I have to weed out some more. I got irises in here, but some of these irises just shrunk back down again. There was a couple small ones back there. There's still one back there, so I have to pull all this out probably tomorrow. More stray irises. We had yellow and white in this bed. And then that purple stalked one there has got to come out because it's everywhere. It constantly just overtakes everything. I don't even know what it is. We have tiger lilies in here too, are same problem. I have rock around them, but I have to weed this out tomorrow so it looks better. Of course, more hostas from my mother-in-law. There's the neighbor's ferns. They've been coming over this way. One of the other family members from one of my previous patients made those leaves for me out of concrete. This was a tiny lilac bush. I don't have any suckers off of it yet though, which would have made propagating a lot easier. But I am going to have to prune this back and pull the grapevine out of it and have the grapevine trail over this. And the reason I have this here is because darn mailman during the winter, instead of going on the sidewalk, he cut between here because there was less snow and stomped all of my hostas down. So I put this up. It's like, I am so done with this. This is not a pass-through. This is my garden. Stay off my lawn. So yeah, that grapevine. There was actually 2 different types of grapes here. God, I hope I didn't kill the other one. It never came back. Although the big grapevine has gone over top of it, so I don't think that one was killed. It was by me. It was one that didn't produce any grapes at all, so I don't know. Neighbor's plant. Got to get it's not too bad. They thought it was dying. It is on this end a bit. This plant is about 25 years old too, this hedge. And then my urban apple trees, which can be planted together. They are supposed to be planted together like this. They don't even sell these trees anymore. They sold them 1 year. We got them. And I don't know how much they're worth now. But they didn't flower this year. They do every other year, so we won't have apples this year. And when we do have apples, neighbors steal them. I don't even know what these apples taste like. I'm not kidding. Oh, and Wraith is mowing in the window with Daddy. Wraith, mow. Meow, you upset at Mom?
He's trying to push through the gate.
You're not going to get through the gate. That's why it's there, cat. Yeah. Mushy Wraith. Mow. Yeah, Oscar likes to claw screens, and I don't want Oscar to get out. So, yeah. More hostas here. They're doing fantastic. And we got peonies here. We have a flower again. That's our first peony flower. Nice. Trying to get them to spread, but these buggers just won't. So I threw more irises in here because this bed was really tacky. And that bush we got when it was really tiny. These irises came from my mother-in-law. This bush has survived. I don't know how bad a snowstorm. It gets completely flattened. And then it comes back. I was like, okay. It's got peonies growing through it. Look at that. But this bush is so old and established that I don't even know how to get it out. I had to trim it down because it was like this big poofy thing just this ugly mess growing, so I moved brick onto this side, and kind of like the creeping Charlie coming in and gets the purple flowers. It looks really cute. So yeah, that's it. That's the yard today. Lots of work, a lot more to go. Oh, there's Oscar. Hi, Oscar. Hi, Oscar. Hi, Mush Mush. Wreath. Oh, there's Oscar in the camera, and at that, we're going to end this video with Oscar. Oscar. Blessed be everyone.